sweetest and cutest little bacha party. I hope that you are doing wonderful, you're happy, you are healthy and everything nice is happening in your life. Well, I also know one more thing, that the date sheet has come and now you might be in this panicky situation that, oh my god, finally the exams have come, I have to study. So I get your feeling, but what if you have a perfect strategy to follow, and this time you don't have to put any efforts, only we are putting efforts in creating strategy. Yes, definitely you have to put efforts in doing or basically following the strategy that I am giving over here. So I have used my brain cells to make a strategy video for you guys. I hope it will be helpful. I believe it will be helpful. But before getting into this video, I want a strict determination from your end. You have to comment down that I am going to score cent% in biology. Let's see if it will be cent or not, okay, but at least we should be having the determination, then only we will try for it. So what are you guys going to comment? I am going to score what? Cent% in biology. That should be our motto for the day. So when is the biology exam, my dear children, and how many days are left? So it would be falling on 17th of March. So your exams are starting on 1st and then your biology exam is falling on 17th. So almost I would say 90 days are left. Actually 100 days are left for the exam. But then you have your exams beginning from this time. So I cannot count that. So there will be lesser time for you, right? And now you cannot say it's lesser time, so hence you will be just panicked and not do anything about it. We have a plan for you. Please follow that and I guarantee you are going to score really, really well. Okay, I am going to help you with that. Now, one more very important thing. So, we have launched a test series, that is PU2 Success Blueprint Test Series. Okay, and over here, it's a paid course which would be giving you 12 mock tests. And in that 12 mock tests, 4 of them will be part test. Part test means in one question paper, you will be finding different subjects altogether. And there will be 8 full-length paper as well. That means 1 paper for physics, 1 paper for chemistry, 1 paper for biology and things like that. Now, it is for PCM, that is physics, chemistry, mathematics. But if you are interested in biology, you can choose biology. If you're interested in computer science, you can choose computer science as well. Cool. So we would be starting this test series from 15th of December. Mark your calendar. What is it? 15th of December 2025. Now, if you're someone who is interested, a lot of children have already enrolled into it. And if you think that you also want the benefit of it, you can basically fill in the link. Okay, the form that is given in the description box, click on that link and it will direct you to a page. Now, we are just not providing the test question papers, we would be providing you detailed solution videos as well and doubt clarification classes as well. So, join now, my dear champions. Chalo. So, let's start with questions. So, in the whole strategy video, I have planned questions for you and I will be answering those questions as well. So, the first question says, should you prioritize chapters according to their weightage? Should you do that? So the answer is obviously it's a very big yes. What happens is that, okay, I'll tell you the scenario that happens and then I'll be going ahead with all the chapters. So you have 3 days and sometimes some children spend basically these 3 days for studying a chapter that gives you 4 marks in the PU2 examination. Whereas, now, you are so scared to start off this chapter because this chapter is kind of long. This chapter that could give you 13 marks is kind of long, which is why you are so scared. You thought you will be doing it later on. I'll be studying the easy things and it will be giving you marks. But the easy content that is there will be giving you just 4 marks. There's a difference between 4 and 13 marks, my dear children. So obviously, according to the weightage, you have to study the chapters. So the first priority should be given to high priority chapters. So you might be thinking that whenever you start with high priority chapters, it takes a longer time. No, you have to fix a perfect deadline that, okay, this is the thing, within these many days, I have to complete this particular chapter. I would be telling you, I would be giving you the days as well. Okay, you just have to follow it, because I know I was a student as well. So don't think that I am thinking like a teacher and telling you that, okay, for you ma'am, it will be really easy for you to study. But for us students, it won't be. Well, I was also a student, so I definitely know it. Okay, and there are different type of students. I was also an average student only. I was not topper of the class or something like that. Okay, so please believe me when I say this. Now, over here, the chapters that you should be prioritizing more should be Principles of Inheritance and Variation, that carries 13 marks. Now, if you study that chapter, it will be easy for you to study this chapter, that is Molecular Basis of Inheritance, which is again of 13 marks. Going ahead, you have human health and diseases, which is of 11 marks. Okay, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, again 11 marks. Human reproduction, 10 marks. Now, along with human reproduction, you can study a chapter that is reproductive health, which is a medium weightage chapter. So, you can club it together, okay, because if you study this chapter, it will be really easy for you to study that. I have given the timetable, I will show it to you. So, that is all about what the high priority chapters. Now, the medium weightage chapters is evolution, carrying 7 marks, biotechnology principles and processes, 7 marks. Now, if you study this, you can study the next chapter also, that is, where is it? Biotechnology and its application carries 6 marks over here, okay. So, you can put it over here and study. Now, microbes in human welfare also carries 7 marks, and then you have reproductive health 6 marks and organism and population 6 mark. And I want to tell you something. I told you right now that I was an average student, but I never gave up. I never gave up. So, I had a subject that is biotechnology, and I topped biotechnology in my school, okay, because I didn't give, if I thought like this, that okay, probably I might be just an average student always, then it would have been just like that. But I tried, okay, I gave my, 100% while examination, okay, in 12th examination, also in 10th, okay. I was also that person who would be opening book before the exam and stuff like that. But I had my plan, okay, I had my plan already being made this time when I was in 12th and also 10th, because you know 12th and 10th, both of them, they carry marks, and these marks have been altered every time, every year of your life, okay. Everyone sees it whenever you go apply for a job and stuff like that. So I was pretty serious about that, and I took 12th and 10th really seriously, okay, and I prioritized studying the chapters, and I did everything possible to score really good, and I scored good. So I want you also to stay determined, whatever type of student you are, average, below average, or probably topper. In everyone, one thing is common, and that should be what? The efforts. You should be putting efforts. If you're not putting efforts, all of them are going to lose their marks, whatever category you belong to. So, efforts matters, my dear children. So, there are 2 low weightage chapters, that is ecosystem and biodiversity and conservation, which is of 4 marks. Okay, so I hope now you know the priority of chapters. Now, if you are someone who is taking too long to study ecosystem, please do not do that mistake. Okay, invest your time into the high priority chapters first, complete them, assure your 13 marks. That is lot more important. Cool? Now, should you also study on the basis of the paper pattern? Yes, the answer is yes. You should also look for the paper pattern, what type of questions are being asked from a chapter, then only you should be going ahead with that particular chapter. So, how does a paper pattern look like? Children, you have these many parts. So, first thing, you would be having MCQ, 15 of them. You can attempt all of them. Fill in the blanks will be there, 5 of them, you can attempt 5 of them. Okay, in fill in the blanks question no, they will be giving you options. 5 fill in the blanks question will be there. They will be giving you options for all those 5 questions. You have to fill from the options. What is the correct one? Okay, and it is comparatively easy, I would say. Now, there is short answer question that is of 2 marks. 7 of them will be there. You have to attempt 5 of them. Okay, 3 marker question will be there. 7 of them. You have to attempt 5 of them. Now, there will be long 5 marker question. 7 of them. You have to attempt 4 of them. Okay, please go through the instructions really well. Do not go attempting all the questions from all the sections. Please don't do that. Big mistake. Okay, now over here again you have 5 marker question. 3 of them you have to attempt. 3 of them will be there, and you have to attempt just 2 of them. So this is the paper pattern. And now you might be thinking, why is ma'am putting so much effort into talking about this? Why? Because the question was, should you study on the basis of the paper pattern? The answer is yes, because paper pattern would be telling you the weightage of each chapters. Okay, so if you have seen the blueprint, in the blueprint they will be giving which chapters could give you 5 marker question, which chapters could give you 3 marker question, which chapter could give you 2 marker question, and stuff like that. So if you have studied the chapter that could give you 5 marker question accordingly, then you are getting 5 marks there, which is not a small deal. Which is why I said you should be looking for the paper pattern also. If you go to the portal, you would be able to see the paper pattern, but don't worry, I have put it over here as well. I would be telling you which chapters will be giving you 5 marker questions, okay, according to their blueprint. So this is not a guesswork. According to the blueprint, anyways, 5 marker questions would be coming from these chapters. Okay, which are those? So these are those, and then you have them also. So there will be 2 5 marker questions coming from principles of inheritance and variation, 2 5 marker question coming from molecular basis of inheritance. Okay, 1 5 marker from human health and diseases, 1 from sexual reproduction and flowering plants, 1 from human reproduction, and 1 from biotechnology principle and processes, 1 from biotechnology and its application, and 1 from organism and population. So you do not have to miss this chapter. Okay, so you have to prepare for the content which could give you 5 marker. How will you understand which question could give you 5 marker? Go through the model question paper. Okay, when you go through the model question paper, there you can clearly see that this question could give you 5 marks. So if you prepare according to that, you can easily score 5. And I am telling you, suppose you are very well, you looked through the model paper, you looked through the model question paper, okay, and in that the 5 marker questions are being mentioned. You study the 2 5 marker questions, or basically you studied it from model question paper and then you referred the previous year question papers as well. So you got to know certain questions that could give you 5 marker question every now and then. Now you studied both of them. How much marks did you score over here in principles of inheritance? Already you have scored 10 marks because you were thorough with the 5 marker question. Now if you're someone who is worried that how will you answer a 5 marker question, and basically what is the thing, ma'am, where can I actually find it? I do not get it. Even though you are saying model question paper, I do not know. So there's a Brahmastra series going on. I hope you know that. Okay, and I see, I feel to do this to you basically. Why? Because you are not utilizing all of the videos that we guys are putting. Okay, there we have included all the modeling question papers and their solutions as well. So please, whenever you go through a chapter's video, for example, I have completed principles of inheritance and variation, I have completed molecular basis of inheritance, human health and diseases, sexual reproduction and flowering plants is also done. Now today human reproduction would be going. Okay, so these chapters I have completed the questions which are already there in the model question paper. So I have taken 3 model question paper. I have not skipped even one single question from the model question paper. I put all of them over here. I have explained. So please go through the Brahmastra series. It will be really helpful for you. I'm telling you, that's my guarantee. Okay, so make use of that, and I have also included the previous year questions as well. So apart from the model question papers, you would be finding previous year questions also, the most repeated ones. So it could guarantee you the 5 marker thing over here, and you get 10 marks over here, again you get 10 marks over here, it becomes 20 marks, so you have already scored. Think like that, children. So please prioritize on the basis of this also. Okay, so these are the chapters that could be giving you 5 marker question. Now if you study ecosystem, which is a 4 mark, okay, and you think 5 marker question will come from there, and you put all your efforts in there, you are basically making a fool out of yourself. So do not do that particular mistake. Okay, there was no one to tell me when I was studying. Now you guys have all of us teachers to tell you. So please believe in us and study accordingly. Got it? Paka? Sure. And who are those people who didn't comment until now that I am going to score 100% in biology until now? So children, if you have not commented, comment it right now. Okay, I want to see if you are watching this video, if you are making use of this video, because I saw that please make a strategy video for physics and biology as well and stuff like that. So now I want you to utilize these videos that we are preparing for you. Okay, now next question. Should you fix a timetable to study a timeline to study a chapter? I'll say have a timeline, not a timetable. Like from this hour I'll study this. Don't do this thing. I don't believe in that. Okay, I do not believe in that. I believe you have a daily goal. Okay, every single day you should be having a goal to study this much part of a chapter. How many hours it might take, you should be fixing on that, because what happens is that you might say that you have studied for 5 hours, 6 hours, but half of the time you were reading, rereading and stuff like that. No, we want quality study to happen. So for that you have to set a daily goal. From principles of inheritance and variation, I am going to study until probably the law of independent assortment. Until that particular page I am going to study in this particular day. If this is set, I would give my 100% to cover this up. Okay, so do not set smaller goals, not very smaller goals, but something that you can achieve in a day. Set that goal, work for it, how much time it might take, utilize that. Okay, so have a fixed schedule in that sense. Do not have a timeline. Okay, do not have a proper timetable. From this to this I will study, then I will have juice, and then I will again study, then I will sleep for some time. It does not work like that. When you are sleepy, you sleep in a day. Okay, it's good to have timetable. I'm not saying it's, some people work like that. Okay, some people think that it's more organized way, but people who think like that, it's really good. follow that. It's very good to have a disciplined way of studying. Now, if you are someone who is more goal-oriented person, you can give this challenge to yourself. Or if you're finding someone who finds it very difficult to sit at one place and study for this many things and stuff like that, then you can follow what I am saying. Set a daily goal for yourself and say that I am going to complete this particular chapters, this particular page, and then only I'll go to sleep. That's the thing. Okay, but make sure you're sleeping well. Okay, fine. So the timeline, it goes like this. Now we are in the month of December. Today is 7th of December 2024. I hope for everyone 7th of December only. Yes. Now over here, week 1 is gone, my dear children. Now we have week 2, week 3 and week 4. What you can do is start off with this chapters, that is Principles of Inheritance and Variation and Molecular Basis of Inheritance, in this particular week that is going to come from Monday to next Sunday. So you have to utilize this many. I'm not saying give 3 days to this, give 4 days to this. No. Utilize accordingly, according to what you want, how much preparation you have already done. Okay, on the basis of that, decide by yourself that how many days you might require for this. Set a daily goal. Okay, set bigger goals. Okay, first time you started off with something small, then you can make it a bigger goal. Okay, when you study this chapter, it becomes all the more easy for you to understand this as well. Cool, works. So this is week 1 target. Week 1 target is done. Now, why I am giving these 2 chapters and not something else also? Because I know you have physics, you have chemistry to study as well. So you might be studying that chapters also. Other teachers might be making strategy videos for that also. So do not juggle up, okay? But this is a tentative thing that you can probably follow. Fix your timetable or probably your schedule according to this. Okay, now week 3 when it starts. Okay, week 3 when it starts, I want you to utilize at least, what say, 2 days or at least 1 day. Okay, 2 days you can use for revision. In what way are you going to revise? You are going to practice the questions. Children, you are going to practice the questions over here. Okay, and your questions should be from your model question paper and also previous year questions. Where will you find previous year questions? You will be finding in Jeevit publication book. Okay, I was thinking I will show that book, but I didn't find it over here. Yeah, so Jeevit publication book is there. They have segregated the questions according to the chapter, so you can see it. Okay, so you can follow that. So that should be the revision method, not that you are going to reread the chapter. No. So whenever you read a chapter, you have to, okay, I'll say that later. I'll say that later, how you have to study that. Okay, but at least this should be the timetable. And then there should be revision. In revision, you should be having question practice, just question practice. You are not going to reread the steps over here. On Sunday, if you have some time from other subjects, give almost 30 minutes of your life for revision of this particular chapters, not the revision like question practice. You can revise using the summary that you have made, the notes that you have already made. And what type of notes and everything, I'll be telling you, or probably I should be telling you now itself, because I think it's the right time. So over here, how to deal with the chapter, and then we will come back. Okay, I'll come back there because I think it's important. So does not matter the flow I made, it's like this and I'm not explaining like that. Basically, what matters is me telling you how you can deal off with a chapter. Okay, how you can study a chapter properly. So over here, suppose you have studied Principles of Inheritance and Molecular Basis of Inheritance in week 2. How you have to deal with is that go through the question paper first thing. Okay, whenever you begin off with a chapter, go through the question paper, see what type of questions have come from this chapter. So you know what are the probable questions or what are the questions that are repeated most of the times, and you can give special attention to that topics. So whenever, if you just go and sit and read a chapter in a new way, you tend to focus on everything. Something that is not important, something that is important equally. So better do this. Have the question paper in front, look for the questions that have come from this chapter, and then start to read the chapter from your NCERT. From where should you read it? You should be reading it from your NCERT. For biology, it's just NCERT. Now, after you are done with the chapter, try to make a 2-pager summary of it. In between, you might have made some notes and stuff like that. Please do not make bigger notes. No, we do not need them. So, how you can make notes while you're reading the chapter? For example, for doing this, I have to study the whole chapter, right? But I am studying the chapter in parts. So whenever you are studying the chapter in parts, okay, each para you study, make a question out of it. Make a question out of it and try to write the answer in points. Just the key points you have to write. Do not write in sentence and things like that. In that way, you are revising well. Okay, and you're understanding things well. So read a page, then make questions from each para. Okay, one question each from each para. It will be all the more important for you to understand it. Don't make notes in your in your notebook. That is of waste. You won't be studying it later on, and you might find it very difficult to revise during exam. Okay, this is something that you can do. Okay, make a question out of it, write the answer in points. This you can do in the notebook itself. In the notebook you can do this. Okay, now once you're done with the chapter, try to make just a 2-page summary of the chapter. Okay, when you do a 2-page summary, you are making sure that you are not writing anything that is rubbish. You are making sure that you are writing everything that is just needed. So 2-page summary of a chapter should be there at the end of the chapter. Now, every study session, okay, every study session, you have to try solving at least 15 questions. At least 15 questions I say. For example, day 1 I studied a portion, and now I started to solve questions out of it. First thing, I made my own questions. I wrote the key points and everything. Okay, once I am done with the studying those 4 pages or whatever thing is there, I made the questions also. Now I am going to solve the previous year questions or any random questions which are there. At least 15 of them. If you do not find 15, at least 5 to 10 of them you can try, right? Try it every single day. Okay, this is day-to-day thing that I am saying. Now at the end of it, you have to make a 2-page summary of it. Now also remember, whenever you are making the questions or probably you are writing the questions, you make it in a notebook, proper notebook. You are trying to solve this 5 to 10 questions. Why? Because this particular notebook will be really important for you for the question list later on. So you don't have to come back to the previous year question book. Now you have already written in your notebook itself. So you have every important questions over here. You just have to refer it day before the exam. That's all. So what is the tip, children? First thing, you have to go through the question paper, see the type of questions, read your chapter. Okay, read your chapter from the NCERT. If probably you are not reading the entire chapter in one day, at least you will be reading 5 pages. Okay, when you are reading 5 pages, what you have to do, you have to make your own question, write the key points. That is how you have to make notes. There is no other way of making notes. Okay, now after you're done with the study session 1, first what you can do is solve previous year question 5 to 10. When you're solving previous year question, you have to write the questions in one particular notebook. You can try to find the answers there itself, but these questions should be there in that particular notebook. This notebook's name will be question list notebook. So for every chapter, you know what are the questions that have come. You get it? Now you do not have to run on the day of exam for finding the questions. Cool? So write the question. That is very much important. Now, okay, now one more thing that you can do, this is an optional thing. Write the topics which gives repeated questions on a sticky note and paste it in the first page of the chapter. For example, I was teaching this chapter, evolution. Okay, human reproduction is being done. Okay, now I was teaching, today evolution chapter has to go. In evolution, what is there? There is Miller's experiment that gives you question. Okay, there is this thing, analogous and homologous organ, that gives you question, adaptive radiation. So I know 3 topics that could probably give me question every now and then. So in the front page of the chapter, or probably here itself, when I am making the question list, here also I can put a sticky note. I can put a sticky note and write the topics. This is the Miller experiment and this and this. So I know from this particular chapter, whenever I am revising, I am not revising the whole content. Rather than that, I am going to revise the thing that I have written over here. So you know it. I know you might feel that it is time taking process. It is not time taking, and even if it is time taking, it is going to give you marks. Okay, so you might think that, ma'am, it's too lengthy. No, it's just not think of it as lengthy. Whenever you study properly also, okay, you tell me, whenever you make notes, do you actually think that everything that you have studied is important? Or everything that you have written is important? No, children. So that is a mistake. So we have to rectify it. That is also a time taking process. The time you make to time you take to make the notes is very much unuseful. So you do not be doing that. Instead, you can do this. It will be really helping you well. And by this time, you will be confident that you do not have to find a separate time for solving the model question paper and stuff like that. You have already solving it here itself. So it becomes all the more easy. Now, at the end, when I say you have to revise it, so on Sundays, what you can do is, on Sundays, you can use this. for revision. On Sundays, you can use this for revision and you have to revise within 30 minutes. That's all. On Sundays, you have to revise within 30 minutes because you have other subjects as well. And I know it will be really difficult for you. I have given a time for revision. That is a separate time. What was it? So this is for Sunday revision that I am telling you. You can, the 2 pages summary that you have made, no, you can use that, utilize that. You can utilize this also if you want. Okay. So 2-pager summary. 2-pager summary. And this also you can utilize for Sunday revision, which has to be finished within 30 minutes. So in that way, what happens, what is the importance of this is that you will not be forgetting the chapter, the content, the important content. Okay, you are habituating. Now, the revision which I have allocated for you over here, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This particular revision time that I have allocated for you, here you have to strictly just practice questions. Just practice ample amount of questions that you can. Okay, that is the target. Whatever, I had just solved 5 to 10 questions over there, but over here, I'll be solving more questions. Okay, I'll be solving more questions, or probably you can make your own questions. Now, in the same week itself, we have to start off this chapter, that is human reproduction. It is in week 3. Now, if you're someone who thinks that I'm very well thorough with the content, I do not need an extra time for revision. Okay, skip it, no problem. In the next revision cycle, it will come. In the next revision cycle, you can revise these chapters also. Not a problem. But I'll recommend you to revise at least for a day. Okay, solve questions for a day. Why? Because it will, your brain has a lot of information to store. Your physics and chemistry and a lot of things are going to come, right? So your brain should know that this is important. So that's why I'm telling you, give time for revision. Now, human reproduction you did in week 3. In week 4, you completed reproductive health and sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So whole your reproduction thing is over. Now it's time for revision, next revision cycle, which will be over here. So this will be including the question practice again from the chapters that you have just studied over here. Human reproduction, reproductive health, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, and also if possible these 2. Okay, so you have a fixed day for revision apart from Sunday also. Apart from Sunday also you have a fixed day. Now, in the same week you can do human health and diseases. Okay, I have not made a timetable which could burden you, which is why you see in a week you have 7 days, and in 7 days you just have to do revision and human health and diseases. That is not a big thing, right? Now, in week 2 you have to do biotechnology principle and processes and biotechnology and its application. If you study this becomes all the more easy. Now, after that, after the 3 chapters, again you have what? Revision. Over here you have to practice questions, firstly from these chapters, then the previous chapters, human reproduction and stuff like that. Every time when you do, take the questions. You might be repeating certain questions, it's okay. Repeat the questions, it might be cementing in your brain. Okay, it might be cementing in your, it's okay to repeat questions, but challenge yourself that I am going to solve this many questions from this particular chapter. However, repetition, however, whatever is this there, 10 to 15 questions or basically at least 5 questions from each chapter should be there. 5 questions from the previous chapters. In this revision, you can include 5 questions from the previous chapters. Okay, and basically almost 8 questions from the new chapters. Because anyway, in the daily, when you are studying daily, there also you are solving questions also, right? So on this revision series, you can practice 8 questions from the new chapters, that is from this. So 8 plus 8, 16, 16 plus 8 again would give you almost around 24 questions, right? So 24 questions, you are practicing it over here itself. You get it? I hope you are getting what I am trying to say. 24 questions you are practicing. And from the previous questions also, previous chapters also, you are taking 5 questions or probably at least 3 questions. You can do from other chapters. So in that way, you are not forgetting what you have learned before also. That is why I have mentioned over here the revision series. Now you have evolution over here and organism and population and microbes in human welfare. Listen to me very carefully. You cannot extend this any forward. You should not be extending this any forward. If this is January, you have to complete until microbes in human welfare. If you want to make changes over here, you can do that. But I want a promise from you that you have to complete this before January 31st. This should be the last day of your preparation for this. Why? Because if you extend it going forward, in the month of March you have your examination, and Feb will go like this. Feb will be going like this. You would be having exams also during this particular time. You might be having a pre-board examination. So you have to plan accordingly and do. You get it? But you should not be going beyond January 31st. It will pressurize you way too much. You cannot possibly imagine. There will be so many chapters that could be left behind from different subjects. So you might have to prioritize them. So which is why for February I have just given 2 chapters which is of low weightage, which would be these. So there will be revision 1 first thing. Okay, whatever you studied 3 chapters and the older ones, and then biodiversity and conservation and ecosystem will be there. So these 2 chapters are the ones that is there in February. Okay, in the month of February. After that, what you have to do is, there are 3 model question papers that is given. So until now you are doing it chapter wise. Now you have to attempt full length model question paper 1, full length model question paper 2, model question paper 3. If you are practicing full length model question paper, it would be really helpful for you. So do not do the mistake of skipping this. Question practice in a limited amount of time is very much important. So for 3 hours, set a stopwatch. You have studied, you have revised everything. It's not like you are forgetting things, because you're having a dedicated time for revision. On Sunday, you are just not revising all the subjects that you have. Every teacher might have sent on Sunday, you have to revise. Now I am giving you 2 more days for revision, or 1 more day for revision. Revise it. Revise the chapters. Do not take it lightly. So now you have everything cemented in your brain. You are going to attempt the full length model paper 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and it will be easy for you to solve then. Okay, and see, check for your marks. Here what is your marks, here what is your marks, here what is your marks. See, wherever you are going to mistake, see that also. Works? Now, if you want us to solve the model question paper for you in a total sense, 1, 2 and 3, towards the end, towards February only, okay, then let us know in the comment section that, ma'am, please solve model question papers in a full length way. We can do it, but only after in Brahmastra series we are done with the chapters, we would be doing it. But you can tell it now so that we make a plan of it. Okay, how to deal with the chapter, I just told you right now. This is how you have to deal with the chapter. And now, in biology, you know, there are so many very important diagrams. So you should be prioritizing diagrams also. So how to remember diagrams and which are the most important diagrams? So I am going to show you the most important diagrams which I have found. Okay, you can mark in your book and then you can practice it very well. I know that you might be finding it difficult to know the type of questions that could come. So this is the least amount of help that I can do for you. Okay, so please follow it. Yes. So listen, first thing that you have to, how to remember the diagram is that you have to understand the diagram really well. Each part, each function you should be knowing. If you know that basically in the case of testis, it is seminiferous tubule where sperm are made, and from the seminiferous tubule, this goes to rated testis. From rated testis, it will go to vasa efferentia. Then only if you know the functions of each, then only you would be able to remember it. So understand the diagram. First thing, then you can see and draw it. For the first time when you draw it, you can see, look for the book and you can draw it. Next time, draw without any reference. So next time whenever you draw, you're drawing without any reference, then you can check it. Now check the labelings. There when you draw without reference, okay, the second time you draw, you check for the labelings. Now when you do the labelings, no, labelings you can do it from the book itself. You made it by your own self. You made this by your own self, but this time you are going to check the labelings. Okay, while you label, for example, the diagram if you have drawn wrong, you would understand when you check the labelings, because there might be, for example, I needed something to be here. For example, this is testis, this was the testicular lobules, this seminiferous tubules. So if I mark this particular thing as rated testis, and in the book when I see I don't find this to be rated testis, I will understand that I am doing something wrong. The diagram is something wrong. My understanding is wrong. So what you have to do, see and draw first. Second time, draw without reference, but you can check the labelings with the help of your NCERT. With the help of your NCERT, you can check the labelings. Now, draw the final diagram and keep it unlabeled. Now you know the labelings and everything. So what you have to do is draw the picture and keep it unlabeled. How many times you have drawn now? First you drew by seeing. First, then you draw without seeing. Then now you're drawing the final diagram, but you have keeping it unlabeled. Don't label it now. After 2 days, okay, fixed, put something in your mobile phone, put an alarm in your mobile phone. After 2 days, you have to go back and label it. So in that way, you will remember the labelings also really, really well. That is a way to remember. Now, the days when you have revision, you can try drawing diagrams also. Every single week, you have to try drawing at least one diagram. Do not think that I have not done this chapter, so I won't draw. It's not like that. It's okay. You can practice diagrams in the revision series. So from sexual reproduction in flowering plants, I'm going to tell you what all diagrams are important. So this is transverse section of anther, page number 6. So I have got page number for you so that you don't find difficulty. So this is the diagram that you have to know. Okay, they will ask you transverse section of anther. You can make it this thing over here itself and show. Okay, now if you're finding it difficult, in Brahmastra series I have drawn and show, please go and check. Then we have mature embryo sac, page number 10. This is always there. Okay, then you have structure of megasporangium. Now this is an ulta ovule. Okay, the actual one, it's kind of different. Again in Brahmastra series you can see this, but yes, this is the reference that you should be having. This is anatropous ovule, but you have a normal ovule, you can do Google also. Okay, structure of megasporangium is, you're talking about ovule only, the ovule, the ovary and everything like that. Okay, so this is the thing. And then apart from that, you have typical dicot plant embryo. Okay, typical dicot plant embryo, which is page number 19. Then embryo LS of, okay, LS of grass, page number 19. This is a very important diagram, and this is given somewhere in your book. Okay, the structure of monocot seed is given. This does not come in the form of drawing. They won't ask you to draw this. Rather than that, okay, whenever you are asked to draw the monocot seed, whenever you are asked to draw the monocot seed embryo, then you have to go for this only. Okay, or basically whenever you are asked for monocot embryo, please go and draw this particular diagram. When you are asked dicot embryo, draw this. Okay, now structure of monocot seed, they might give you this and they ask you to label things or check the labeling. So you should be knowing the labelings of these things. Okay, labelings is very much important over here. Children, I hope this idea of mine is helpful for you. Okay, so please practice all these diagrams every week. If you practice one, it becomes easy for you. Now, from the chapter that is human reproduction, you have again few important things. Diagrammatic view of male reproductive system. This is a diagrammatic view. There is something that is known as sectional view, that is different. On this page number only, you can find it above. Okay, you can find this particular thing. Now, diagrammatic sectional view of female reproductive system, page number 29. Okay, that is very much important. I think I have messed up with the page numbers. 29. Please check the page number. Okay, if there is a correction, I will be telling you in the comment section itself. Now, then we have yes, human reproduction. We have diagrammatic sectional view of mammary gland on page number 30. Okay, on page number 30. Now, wait, just give me a second. If this is 29, I suppose this will be 29, 28, 27. I think this is 27. I just didn't, yes. This would be 27 as far as I remember. Okay, after 2 pages you have this particular diagram. Yeah, but anyways. Now, diagrammatic sectional view of mammary gland is there on page number 30, my dear children. This diagram is being asked in the model question paper. Schematic representation of spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Again, this is something important. This is not a diagram. This is like a chart like thing, but the labelings and everything is important. Go through it. Okay. Along with the page number, it is given, so practice it. Now, from evolution, there is Miller's experiment. This particular setup is given in page number 112 of your NCERT, so go through it. Okay, important. Now, human health and diseases, you have structure of an antibody molecule, page number 135, important question, very important, and the replication of retrovirus. So, they ask you for the schematic representation of replication of retrovirus. This is on page number 139. So, go through the labelings, go through everything, you have to draw it and show it. Cool, works. So, these were the important, very important diagrams. If you want me to make a separate video on them, you can let me know that as well. Okay, whatever you say, I'll be doing that, but you have to participate. The thing that I noticed is you guys do not participate at all, you do not talk at all, and that's kind of really bad. No, there is some teacher putting all of their effort into helping you. then why are you not participating? That is so sad. But I saw so many of you participating in the Brahmastra series some days, okay, in the live chat, and I become so happy because I am someone who loves talking to my children, whoever I am teaching. I have a very cordial relationship with them. So if you are there with me, I would be following each and every update of yours. I would be trying to give the best for you. So please talk to us in the comments. Now, what should you refer to? For studying biology, what should my children refer to children? First thing, ayo. NCERT. NCERT is the guru, okay? Do not forget NCERT. And after that, please do not have multiple reference books. You do not need it. For 12th grade, for PU2 board examination, you do not need multiple reference books. Okay, have JET publication book for questions again. NCERT for your study concept and all. JET publication books for your question practice. So as I said, they have segregated the questions, okay, according to the chapter. So you get to know the repeated type of questions that have come. So there is a yellow sheet. After the yellow sheet, you will be finding so many questions along with the chapter name. So please practice that. Now, model question papers from the portal. If you want the link of the portal, I will give it to you. Ask me in the comments, okay? And last but not the least, you have us, okay? So there is Brahmastra series. Please, I am not joking. This is not for promotion. This is not for anything. It will be useful for you. If you think you want to solve model question papers or any previous year repeated questions, take it seriously and watch the video in 2x speed, okay? But watch it. It will be worth it. All the subjects, it will be really, really worth it. So please watch it for sure. Cool. Chalo. And what mistakes should be avoided, and this is the last thing that I'm going to say, and then we are going to wind up, okay? So no boring time anymore. So the things that you should avoid is the mistake: spending too much time on low weightage chapters and less time on high weightage chapters. So follow the given timeline that I have given, okay? According to that only you have to go. What is the solution? Solution is there. Not having enough writing practice, that is the biggest mistake, one biggest mistake. You know the concept, you do not know the writing, how to write it. That's why I said make the questions and frame your own points. Whenever you do that, you are going to know the pattern in which way you have to write it. So at the end of the chapter, pick a question from 2, 3, 5 marker category. I told you, right, after a day is done, you have to practice at least 5 questions, 5 to 10 questions. So there you can pick the questions from 2 marker category, 3 marker category and 5 marker category. One more problem I'll say, children know, they write a 2 marker question like a 5 marker question. Do not write too much in a 2 marker question. You have to be very limited, max to max 3 points, that's all. Okay, in points, underline the concepts which are important. Now, ignoring the diagrams and the labelings I already showed you. So practice the diagrams mentioned, try labeling it on the allocated days. I told you, make a day that, okay, I'll practice it on this day. Okay, I'll practice this on this day. Make a chart for the diagrams. I told you, I gave you the topics. No, write the page number and say you will be doing on day 2 or day 3, whatever is there. But you have to practice it. Now, not practicing previous year questions and model question paper, you know, it is very bad. So practice at least 10 questions after one study session. So 5 to 10, I made it 5 to 10 for you, but please do that. Okay, you might find repeated questions, but please, you have to do it. Next, keeping things for the last moment. This we all do, but we have to stop the procrastination because you are champions, and champions do not procrastinate, they do it. So my father, no, I was never very, I never used to get up early. It was very difficult for me, okay? So I was a night owl. And later I realized I should not have been a night owl because it gives you a lot of bad effects for your body, okay? Depends person to person, but yes. So I never used to get up early and stand like this. So my father used to say, like, once I decided I will go on walk every morning to take care of my health. For one day I went, for the second day I went, for the third day I was not getting up. It was too cold in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. So I was like, so jate, I'll sleep. My father used to come and say, you have 5 minutes to decide. Decide in 5 minutes. And that was so powerful. If things can be done in 5 minutes, you can wake up, then everything will go according to the flow. If you decide in that 5 minutes, things are going to change. So basically, do not procrastinate anything. Always think, if this can be done in 5 minutes, I will be doing it right away. There is no more going. So that is one thing. So do it now, my dear children, do it now. So that's all. So here is the test series thingy. So you have a test series, and this test series is for rupees 599, where we would be providing you 12 mock test question papers, where 4 of them will be part test, okay, which will include all the subjects together, and then 8 of them will be full length test papers. Along with the test question papers, we would be giving you the answers also. So there will be detailed solution videos, there will be doubt clarification classes, and if you're someone who is interested in this, please fill in your details in the form that is given below. Yeah, and if you are ready, tell me in the comment section. After I did the whole video, I thought of asking this question to you. So do you think you are ready, my champions? I know that you are super awesome, super fantastic, you're everything good, beautiful, everything. So you have to stop procrastinating and believe that you are going to start studying right now. Okay, there is week 2 coming over here in the month of December. We have had a timetable. You are going to follow it and tell me in the comment section that yes, we are in for this. If you are in, let me know. Otherwise, I won't know that you are trying it or making utilization of this particular video or not. So that's all, my cutest little champions, for today. Okay. If you think that this video was useful, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. It is already 45 minutes. I don't want to go any bit further. Okay, it might be boring for you. So that's all. Bye-bye. Take care. Lots of love from Jasmine Ma'am. Bye-bye.